What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So, as you can clearly see the title of the broadcast, we got brother Anton Daniels in the broadcast room. Shout out to him. Yeah. So, of course, I do follow brother Anton. You know what I'm saying? Very knowledgeable man. Knows what he's talking about, things like that. Listen, look, so he's talking about the situation with Mexico, and apparently they're sending their, cartel criminals up here to us in America, I guess for justice. I'm not sure, maybe not. Could be for other things, but let's see what brother Anton had to say about this situation. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Let's talk about Mexico. So Mexico is extraditing 29 cartel leaders to us. In addition to that, they got cartel leaders that stand in trial here in the United States of America also. Why do y'all think that happens? Why do y'all think that that's happening here in the United States of America? Why now being one of the biggest participants in what we got going on inside of the United States of America? Why do y'all think that that's happening? I'll tell you exactly why it's happening. Before I do so, check this out.
Happening today, a once powerful Mexican drug lord convicted of torturing and killing a U.S. DEA agent in 1985 is not going to face a judge today.
Yeah, that notorious murderer made headlines globally and even was featured in the Netflix show Narcos. Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuckman joins us live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Brooklyn with more. Lindsay.
Yeah, Pedro, Charlene, that once powerful drug lord is expected to be arraigned here in a few hours from now in the very same courthouse, you'll recall, that tried the other infamous cartel leader, El Chapo. Well, this extradition may even be seen as a bigger coup for the U.S. government, given the crimes that were committed. Let's get into it a little bit. Rafael Caro Quintero arrived in New York yesterday after being extradited by Mexico. He was convicted in the 1985 torture and murder of U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agent.
When you travel for business,
So apparently he must have escaped, went back to Mexico, and been sitting down there for the longest. Let's keep going.
Kiki Camarena, whose story was dramatized on the Netflix show Narcos. Now, Quintero was released from a Mexican prison in 2013, but in 2018 was added to the FBI's most wanted list for being involved with the highly dangerous Sinaloa drug cartel. He was arrested in Mexico again in 2022, but his extradition now comes amidst the Trump administration's push to curb Mexico's cartel activity, and less than a week before the U.S. is set to impose 25% tariffs on the country. Now, 28 others were also
So did you hear that? They're sending back Mexican drug cartel leaders less than a few days before Trump's 25% tariffs are set to be imposed on the country. So this is the thing that I'm trying to understand. I want y'all to also help me to understand this again. Because remember when Trump was saying that tariffs was coming to the United States or coming to Mexico and going to Canada, and y'all was sitting there saying, oh my God, the cost of avocados is going to go up. Oh my God, we need Mexican tequila. Oh my God, we need Mexican women. We need Mexican tacos. We need all of this type of stuff. I can't believe it. Why do you think that Mexico is now sending over all of the cartel leaders and they're extraditing them here to the United States of America?
Good faith. I would like to think that they're trying to do some good faith crap and things like that, and from what it looks like, from what they said about the one that's on trial right now, from my just a guess, educated, they sending these people back in order to maybe give some type of some justice, but at the same time though too, maybe like a gift to America from Mexico so Trump won't, put the tariffs on them like he promised, basically. And the thing of this is yes, those tariffs would kind of damage Mexico. let's just keep this real. I mean, think about it. Like Mexico compared to us, that the goods that they send us, things like that. I mean, come on now, that would destroy their economy. That would destroy their economy. So yeah, they have no choice now. So yeah, I mean, hey, listen, look, we got plenty of space in Guantanamo Bay out there. I mean, I'm just being honest. Plenty of space in Guantanamo Bay. So listen, look, I'm really curious the reason why they want to send us the trash, basically, after all these years.
Oh, you think that it's happenstance? They just woke up. It's like, you know what? After all of these years, before some of y'all was even born,
right?
We're going to go ahead and extradite and send these people over to the United States of America in order to be prosecuted. So they just so happenstance to just want to do it.
To a Fox News alert today, 2 of the 29 cartel members who were just extradited to the U.S. from Mexico, including one accused of killing a DEA agent back in 1985, will appear in a New York court today.
Chanley Painter is here with all the details for us. Chanley?
Hey, good morning. So at least 2 of those defendants will be arraigned today in Brooklyn federal court, according to Reuters, including a drug lord who is alleged to have been among those responsible for the murder of a U.S. DEA agent, Enrique Kiki Camara, in 1985. This comes as Mexico on Thursday handed over 29 high-profile drug cartel members to the United States as part of an unprecedented extradition as the Trump administration ramps up pressure on drug trafficking organizations, illegal immigration, and fentanyl production. According to prosecutors, the prisoners face charges related to drug trafficking and in some cases, homicide, among other crimes. And among them are members of 5 of the 6 Mexican organized crime groups designated earlier this month as foreign terrorist organizations by the Trump administration, guys.
So keep in mind, we heard from the president yesterday that the tariffs are coming, and we're going to talk about that throughout the morning.
Was I muted? I'm sorry about that. But anyways, you're saying that what I was saying was, you're telling me that now just so happen to be that they're running the vacuums out in the hallway. So I had muted for a second. I forgot to unmute. You're telling me that now we just so happen to get all of the organizations and the people that are running the organizations that were designated as terrorist organizations now that Trump was in office. One thing that I always like to come back to is, and I'm going to do this for the entire time that Trump is in office. What did Biden do again while he was in office?
Not a damn thing.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. Listen, look. Hey, this is a little shout out to Biden right here. This is a little shout out to Biden.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose, and you never will be chose.
Yeah, just a little shout out to Biden, Yeah. I mean, it didn't do anything except for, allow a bunch of foolishness to go on. Spending a bunch of money and creating problems for taxpayer citizens. I mean, it's just the truth, whether we like this or not. And this is what's being uncovered right now, and this is the reason why we got all these left. Excuse me. We got all these lefties mad and upset because all this money's getting discovered and things like that that's under the table and, accounts in Cayman Islands. Now, I mean, I'm talking shit with the Cayman, but you get what I'm saying. It's crazy to me that we're sitting here fighting this situation, fighting the truth and things like that. But, it is what it is, though. Mexico has to atone for their sins. And I guess, sending us these old decrepit ass cartel leaders is a way for them to try to atone so they won't get the tariffs put upon them. But the thing of this is that's just part of the situation. That's just part of it. Because, just because their little head got cut off, who says that it's not going to stop? My thing of this is Mexico has to have a guarantee that they're not going to allow any other type of cartels or illustrious criminals to arise to send any more illegal substances or do any more illegal things on our border or towards us as American citizens. It's going to have to be a super guarantee, or else the tariffs are going to have to be put back in place or go head on and be pushed to make sure we keep Mexico at a certain alignment.
We're a little over 38 days. We're not even 40 days into the Trump administration.
Right.
We're not even 40 days into the Trump administration, and nobody remembers what Biden did during his 4 years in office. He wasn't this visible. He didn't communicate to the people. We didn't see any transformational changes when it came to immigration. We started more wars. A lot of y'all actually was stealing from the federal government, and we propped up the job market, acting like we had really higher and a low unemployment rate, when in reality, we was just giving a bunch of people jobs inside of the federal government.
And to be honest with you, though, I think it was only 1 million people responded. Where's the rest of them? Like, nobody else responds and things like that. So is it AI that's got these jobs, or I don't know. I'm curious, because only 1 million responded. But this is the thing here, man. And with this, I guess this gesture of Mexico trying to make amends to some degree and things like that with these decrepit ass old ass cartel leaders and things like that. I mean, we still need Mexico to have stable soldiers at the border along with our soldiers to make sure nothing goes awry. We still need to make sure that we get this wall built at that border. Let's not forget about the wall. I can't forget about that. No, we still need to make sure that we get the wall built. I'm down for the wall. Hopefully Trump puts that back into place about the wall at the border. Hopefully he does. Let's keep going.
We did nothing, especially on immigration, when Biden was in office. More done in 38 days than when Biden was in office for 4 years.
Right.
And they're going to come down hard on Mexico to the tune of 25%. And when Mexico heard about it, he started negotiating with the president, Sheinbaum, down in Mexico. So what did she do? Just a couple of days before the tariffs are supposed to go into effect, she releases we extradite into the United States these 29 jailed cartel members, including somebody who is at the top of the most wanted list for 40 years. She also is pulling out all the stops. They say, this is Mexico's point of view, they've arrested more than 400 people since February, after she announced that they were going to send 10,000 troops to the northern border for them. They've seized 12 tons of narcotics, coke, meth, and 120 pounds of methamphetamines and fentanyl. It's all about trying to keep those tariffs from happening, but they're happening on Tuesday.
Yeah, Donald Trump's going to hold them accountable. He wants this to end. He wants them to protect the borders. He wants them to stop allowing individuals, especially cartel members, people bringing fentanyl over, trafficking children across the border.
But the cartel can't be happy. I mean, Mexico is a narco state. And now, because of the president's pressure, their number one enterprise, which is getting the people across the border, people pay tens of thousands of dollars to get across the border. That has been totally disrupted. Now you have the Mexican president turning over the bosses, because just because they're in jail doesn't mean they're not running the criminal enterprise from jail as well. And their tunnels are being sealed with.
Definitely down there in Mexico. That's the truth. That's the truth. He just said the truth right there. Just because these old decrepit guys were locked up in Mexico does not mean that they were not running those enterprises from those cells. Listen, look, Mexico system works totally different than ours. It's kind of hard to run a criminal enterprise from our jail system to a degree. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a tad bit more difficult than it is down in Mexico. Mexico has been crazy loose on allowing this narco crap to go on for so many decades. And we know this, we know the history of Mexico. It just is what it is here. And that's been the problem. And that's the reason why the lead guy that they are prosecuting now, which was over here first, then, he escaped, went back to Mexico, basically somewhat, I guess, immunity to a degree. And there, he's been down there all this time. Now Scheinbaum is trying to send him back for, I guess, some type of peace treaty justice or whatever you want to call it. I mean, to stave off the tariffs. I mean, shit, you can't make this shit up. This is wild out here.
Concrete. I mean, it's pretty much all maximum pressure against the cartel, bro.
Yeah.
All of that. So we have some of the most advanced technology in the world.
Right.
And we're just now sealing all of their tunnels that they've been trafficking things over here inside of the United States of America, including people and Fenty. We're just now sealing their tunnels. We're just now sealing all of their tunnels. So we knew that the tunnels existed, but they stopped using the tunnels because it was easier for them to just walk over here across the border into the United States of America. And we're just now sealing all of their tunnels.
Listen, look, shout out to Anton.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Shout out to Anton Daniels. Yes, and this is the case right here. They're just now trying to seal these things up, and all of a sudden, it's justice prevails, and because yes, Scheinbaum does not want that United States taxpayer money to stop. Let's keep this honest out here, people. Yes. Your avocados and stuff, like, we consume avocados. Hell, I eat avocados. You know what I mean? We all do. We love the few little products that come from Mexico. But one thing, though, I'm glad that got shut down was that plant that Trump was talking about that China was trying to build in Mexico to send over their little cheap ass cars and shit that they want to, sell to us for outrageous ass prices out here.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah, I'm glad that got shut down. Let's, we got to have long memories out here, people. But, it's, woo-wee. Yeah, but it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.